way to get mail.
Yeah. Well, we already got some mail in the mail.
Well, we got the mail in the home mail. We got to go to the P.O. Box mail.
First, we should go to Starbucks and then post office first.
We're going to stop and get a car wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're on our way to. Yeah. So, I know I have come up with all these questions.
What?
I know I come up with all these questions.
Holy cow, look at the line. Everybody and their brother's mother wants a car wash today.
What? That's so hilarious.
So many. Oh my goodness. I've only seen them this busy one time before.
Wow.
We are backed all the way up to the road. Like, you can't really tell now, but the cars wrap all the way around the building. So it's like here, and then the building's all the way over there, and it goes all the way around the building, all the way over to there. We're gonna be here for a few, trying to get through this line, so. You said you had a question.
Yeah.
What question?
So why do you think that, what kind of thing, or like tool that's in the car, do you think makes the wheels move from the pedal you push and the steering wheel?
What kind of tool in the car makes the wheels move from my pedal and steering wheel to moving?
No.
Like, you want to know the process from from me pushing the pedal and steering the wheel to the car going. What's the process?
Well, I was saying, how's the process of like going from the steering wheel to the pedal, and from the pedal to the wheel?
Right. So the steering wheel and the pedals do two different things, right?
Yeah, I know what the steering wheel
What's
does.
the steering wheel do? Turns, right. So it makes the car turn one, right or left, right?
Right.
And what do the pedals do?
I think those make the car just go straight.
What else? There's two pedals. One gives the car gas. So there's a gas pedal.
Oh.
That pedal, when I push it, injects gasoline into the engine, which makes the engine run, which gives the car power, gives the car the power to accelerate. But if the car is in park, if the stick is moved, so the car is in park and the brakes are on and the wheels don't move, I can push the pedal still and I can give the car gas still, and the engine will rev. It'll go, but the car won't go anywhere because the wheels are locked because it's in park.
Right.
So what I have to do in order to make the wheels move, the first thing I have to do is put the car from park into drive.
Oh.
So you change the gear. So you shift the gear from park to drive, and that unlocks the wheels. So there's another pedal down here. What do you think it is? You have a pedal to go, you need a pedal to what?
Steer.
No, I use the steering wheel to steer. But if I push the pedal and go, and then I'm using the steering wheel to steer, what's making me stop?
Brakes.
Right, so the other pedal is the brakes. So you've got two pedals. You've got the gas and you've got the brakes. So when you take your foot off the gas, it stops pushing gasoline into the engine. And when you put your foot on the brakes, it depresses the brakes onto the wheels, so that they stop moving, right? And that's what makes the car stop. So it's the same thing when you put the car into park, it puts the brakes on and the car can't move. When you hold the pedal down with your foot, it puts the brakes on, the car can't move. Okay? So that's what the two pedals do. Now,
how does that connect to the wheels?
Right. So like I said, when you push the pedal, the gas pedal, the gasoline, which is stored underneath the van in a big tank, it shoots into the engine, the engine has pistons and combustion that turns in there and makes it fire, and it fires off the gasoline, kind of like the furnace we just talked about before we left.
Oh, yeah.
It fires off the gasoline and it creates energy, and that energy makes things move, right? It causes acceleration. So the wheels are sitting on either side of the van, and they have in between them a bar called the axle. And they spin on that bar. Do you remember when we made that that air car with the balloon? And we used, what did we use for the axle? What was the bar that went between the wheels?
That was like the straw.
The straw, right. We used that for the axle, and then we put the foam wheels on the sides, and when the air blew out of it, it propelled the car forward, right? Exact same thing with the van, except gasoline is helping it propel forward, not air. So that's how the wheels move. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? Any follow-up questions? What?
Also, when you said axle, that reminded me of two things.
What?
The axle with the straw and the axle for my magnet tiles.
The axle for your magnet tiles?
Yeah, like the axle for the wheels of the magnet tiles.
Yeah, see, you have the same kind of tool in your magnet tiles set. Now you know. Does that make sense to you how it all works?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And there's a lot more stuff going on under the hood. There's other functions inside the car that keep it working properly. Like you also have oil. The oil has to get into the engine to keep the engine lubricated and moving. Otherwise it can get dry and seize up and all these other things going on. But yeah, that's the basics of how the wheels work. Cool?
Yeah.
Cool.
And they also had another question.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it was about like trees.
Trees?
Yeah.
You had a question about trees.
Yeah.
What's your question about trees?
So I know that it changes from summer to fall to winter, like that. Yeah. So I know that, but do you think that the leaves break when it's winter when they fall off?
No, they don't. Well, they don't break. They just fall off. Like
I'm talking about like break off the stem.
Yeah, they kind of break off at the base. Yeah, so you've got your leaf, right? And the leaf has a stem coming out the bottom of it, and that stem attaches to the branch, right? So yeah, that's where they break off. That's where they fall. They break that connection between the branch and the stem of the leaf.
And what are vines?
Vines?
Yeah.
Vines are like they're a plant. It likes to curl itself around things to give it stability, so that it's, because it can't grow up towards the sun just straight out of the ground because it's not strong enough.
Right.
It doesn't have a strong enough stem. So they like to find things to grab onto, and then they just grow around or up whatever it grabs onto, depending on what kind of vine it is. Because all plants, all living things are trying to like get to the sun, because that's life, right? The sun and the heat and the energy.
Also, when you said that reminded me when you said sun, that I know that flowers need sun to grow.
That's correct,
Yeah.
because they need energy too. Everything needs energy to grow. You need energy to grow. Plants need energy to grow. Animals need energy to grow. You can't function without energy.
Right.
Gotta have the heat. You gotta have the sunlight. You gotta be able to, your body has to be able to.
I know people don't need sunlight to grow.
Well, that's not true. People do need sunlight.
How?
Well, for one, you get your vitamin D from the sun, and your body needs vitamin D in order to grow properly. If you didn't have enough vitamin D, you'd get really sick. So you get vitamin D from your sunlight. You can get it from food too, or now, we've figured out how to make supplements, but really you need it from your sunlight. And if we didn't have sun, we wouldn't be able to grow food. And we definitely need food to grow, right? So, and I think that, you know, you need the sun to kind of tell your body when to be awake, when to sleep. Like, it helps with your, it's called a circadian rhythm. Can you say that?
Circadian rhythm?
Circadian rhythm. That's kind of like the rhythm that your body keeps of when it goes to bed, when it wakes up, when you get tired, you know, when you're not tired. And why does your body need to sleep?
Then all the germs, like cells, can cut off the germs. Right?
And the cells do what else while you're sleeping? Do you remember? They regenerate.
Oh,
They heal themselves, they make new cells, they repair. So when you're sleeping, your body is inside there making fixes and changes and producing more blood cells and doing all the things it needs to do to keep you healthy all day long.
And is that why you need a good night's sleep?
Yeah, that's why you need a good night's sleep. Good night's sleep is really important to keeping your body working properly. If you don't get a good night's sleep all the time, and you start to see things in your body not work properly. Like your metabolism changes. Sometimes your brain doesn't function as well. You can't think as clearly. Your stomach won't, your stomach and your gut can get out of whack and stop processing food properly, so then you're not getting enough nutrients and vitamins. All kinds of things can go haywire with lack of sleep.
So it has to be a good night's sleep always?
I mean, you want it to pretty consistently be a good night's sleep. You can do without a good night's sleep here and there, but if it becomes a regular thing, it can cause all kinds of problems. So yeah, you want to for the best health in your brain, and the best, you know, it's called mental health, so you feel good about yourself, the best mental health and the best physical health for your body, you want to get a good night's sleep consistently.
Cool. I always forget that we're recording.
Yeah, I know, it's easy to forget. We made it to the gate. Pretty cool, huh?
Uh-huh.
That wasn't too bad.
Uh-uh.
Time goes by fast when you're talking.
Right.
We're next. We'll get in the short line, and then next thing you know, we'll be going through the car wash. At the car wash, yeah.
We're gonna have to start the video anyway, so.
I know, it's getting pretty long. Yep, we should say goodbye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, isn't it?
Unicorn soap!